Welcome everyone, and thank you for watching my second video on my channel. In the last video I uploaded, which was my first video, I talked about getting high for the first time through secondhand smoke. In that video, I said that my second video will be my first time actually smoking weed. So here we go. My first time smoking weed happened about a week after I had gotten contact high. That was my first time being high on any substance, so I decided that I wanted to try it to its full effect. So classic 13-year-old Tyler decided to get some lunch money from his mom and spend $10 on a sack of weed from these apartments I always visited. Later that day after school, James came over to my house and him and I started smoking in my garage. A few minutes in, I made the beginner's mistake of coughing into the pipe and the weed from the bowl went all over the floor. We then went in my room. I can't remember what exactly we were talking about, but I can assure you it was probably the dumbest conversation James and I have ever had, because I kept closing my eyes while I was telling this story and almost passing out, then losing track of the conversation, which I can assure you is not a normal thing to do while you're high. After a few minutes of this, James laughed and said that I should come with him to this girl's place, who was there the first time I got contact high. We then left my place and headed over to her house, which was about 3 miles away. When we got there, her sisters were staring at me. It being my first time being high, everyone could tell that I was high, especially since this girl came from a family of stoners. This was my first time being at her house, and it made the most awkward experience for everyone because, of course, I had to fall asleep on her couch. Not long after that, I was awoken by James, who told me that we had to go to Walmart to buy some snacks, which of course meant getting food that tastes good when you're high and terrible when you're sober. And what better way to describe that than Funyuns, the onion-flavored treat that is never good unless you're high. After grabbing shitty snacks, I went back to my place and hung out for the rest of the day. The next day, I talked to the guy who sold me the weed, and he told me that the weed was supposed to make me pass out. Not entirely sure if that meant he had added something to the weed or what, but he also told me it knocked my buddy out, so that was pretty funny. That's it for my second video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and remember to subscribe. Until next time.